In this video, we'll be reviewing the Assassination Rogue on Project Ebonhold. As you can see, I'm using a traditional build that focuses on mutilate and venom and poison damage. This mainly 2-button rotation works well in the fast-paced playstyle on this server. To execute this rotation, you will use mutilate to build 4 or 5 combo points, then use envenom, while maintaining the slice and dice buff and refreshing hunger for blood. After the on-screen review of talents, we'll discuss echoes. Alright, now we're moving into the echoes portion of the video. I'll highlight the ones that I was able to get for this particular build. You can read through the descriptions. It's a fairly decent build, not the strongest, but I did find out that a lot of the echoes I thought were good were not actually good for this particular build. One in particular is rolling momentum. Moving increases your damage by 2%, stacks 5 times, so as long as you keep moving, you should get a 10% buff, but it wasn't working properly, or moving side to side didn't trigger it. You had to move for a long duration. I was able to get good score in Ember Sparks and Arcane Bombardment, but not high enough to make a great big deal, but good enough to be competitive in groups. Open wounds and rend the weak are pretty much on the low side. For this particular build though, in Assassination, it's more so a poison nature damage build, so I've chosen a couple of echoes that play towards that style. And then towards the bottom, the majority of those echoes are just what I had to pick when I was out of banishes and reroll attempts. For that corrosive breath echo, I need to figure out where the actual on hit damage is going. I see the dot, but I don't see where it's applying that the initial hit. So I have to research that a little bit more. Also, another thing to note is the layout of this particular video is just to show you the build, the echoes I'm using, and then after I click through details, you can pause and see some of the information on the spells, and then once I finish with the echoes, I'll actually show you activity on the target dummy. Alright, and this is the target dummy portion. As you can see, I haven't geared up on this tune, just the basic starting gear. We went through the talent build and the echo build. Now we'll just go through the rotation. Pretty much going to start from stealth and try to put a bleed on the target. And then once you do that, you want to get your sweeping strikes up and then start your rotation. Basically building up your combo points with mutilate, and then using envenom at 4 or 5 combo points. So as you can see, there's multiple buffs in the top right. Zoomed in on it. Sweeping strikes and the hunger for blood buffs are the main assassination buffs that you want to keep up. One that's stacked to 5 is battle momentum. It's an echo, so every time you critical strike, it gives you a chance to get a stack, and then that gives you a 5% attack speed buff. The one that's stacked up to 10 is one of your Ash nodes buff. That's the Butcher's Temple. Every stack is a 1% attack speed as well, so majority of things that are using on her is just playing into the attack speed to try and get more attacks up, to try to assist with the damage from open wounds and rend the weak, as well as the nature damage from applying the poison. Then also the buff that's currently stacking is Storm Conductor. That's an echo at 10 stacks. It'll do a AoE lightning to all targets in the area. And then just a few seconds before, or the overkill buff went up, that's when I went into Vanish and then came back out to generate more focus. So pretty much with this, no gear, just the echoes and the talents, doing about 16 to 19k. I think it peaked out at about 20k on the dummy. I'll do a part 2 after I go through and get some gear. I'll actually do a couple of one in a group, trying to show you how it looks in a group while I'm progressing, trying to get the gear, and then a final video showing how it looks when I got enough gear, and then I'll maybe do a couple more after if I can get some better echoes. But I am looking forward to the Old War update where we'll have more control over the echo build. You'll have more banishes, and then they'll start classing them as tank and DPS and healer echoes. So it'll try to generate the ones that are based off of your spec, so it's not so random. Thank you guys for watching, and look forward to the next Rogue video.